Oh, god damn it.
I don't know.
Nice. Okay. Good. Okay, my thing needs a second to warm up, but I can get a few things going. Hi, you. Look.
Ooh, the tattoo!
Yeah, I know. Where'd that come from?
I mean, I hope you know. I hope you were there for the 3 hours it took to get it.
Did everyone get the thing that I just sent with the notes from the minutes from last game?
Yeah.
Sure did.
I see it. Yarp.
Okay. Cool. So, can anybody think of anything they want to cover before we get started?
We're kind of just in the midst of a fight, right?
We were in the middle of a fight. We were 3 minutes into the invasion of Tribor.
I don't think there's anything we need to cover. It's all pretty.
Oh no, did I just do something?
Heard a bleep.
I think somebody dropped in and out of, or out and then back in to Discord.
No,
Sorry.
I'm doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because he was hungry. Don't know why you want your cat to starve.
He can't survive an hour. We have bigger problems. Like, why didn't we feed him for the last 3 days?
Oh god! I changed the map. Why did I ever change the map? I have so many regrets. Why is the map on the objects layer?
Wait, what?
Oh no. What has happened?
Technical difficulties.
Okay, hold on. We need to start.
Uh-oh. We can't trust you with anything, can we?
Yeah, apparently I broke everything.
Leave you alone for 2 seconds. And you're already getting into the cookie jar.
Already bragged to everyone about your tattoo.
I did.
It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Looks good.
So, was that like a sensitive spot for it, or was it not that bad?
It really wasn't very bad.
Okay.
It definitely was not a particularly sensitive spot, and the line work part of the process was like almost painless. It was like kind of felt good, like it was not bad at all.
Okay.
The shading part of the process, which we only did a few minutes of, was like more painful, but like yeah, it's not close to like actual pain.
Okay. I think coloring it in is always the really bad part for most people.
Yeah, that is. I think that's supposed to be the same thing as shading. Yeah. All right. So we are at the top of the 3rd minute of the attack on Tribor. 3 of our folks are sitting on top of the building in T6 because I had to go in there earlier. You. So, some of you are on the top of T6. Wex is up in this area east of town, just a bit north of the people standing on top of the building. And Lunara is on the west side of town, stealthed up and scoping out those enemies, getting ready for a fight. So, unless anybody, wants to interject, I think the orcs go first here, and just sort of kick things off.
Real quick, I do have one thing I just noticed. I used a health potion at the end of my turn last game, right?
Where is Vanitas? Where are you on the map?
Up by T18.
Up at the top of the map?
Yeah. I'm pinging. I just noticed my health is at 23.
I do not remember you taking a health potion, but there was so much going on. That sounds vaguely familiar. If you think that you took a health potion, then certainly you can have done that. Just make sure to actually remove it from your inventory.
Yeah, I think I did take a swig of my health potion at because one of my turns I literally just spent flying around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do that real quick.
Okay. Okay. So the Southern Army has been dealt with. So we only have the people east of town and the people west of town. So, two of the people west of town are going to move over here to the northeast-ish direction, and they are going to be, so there's one person who is outside of their home that is, heading out to investigate what's happening. They see this person, they start chasing them and, yelling and basically try to scare this person into their home. And I think they just succeed in doing so. So those two are a unit. One of the mounted units is going to charge forward and is going to try to break down the fence into T3 and start exploring that area. And then these two are going to head to the south and just keep their eyes out for any civilians, and if they see any civilians, are going to attack them. So, yeah. All right. So that's where those guys are at. These people. Vanitas, you've been leading people into that church area in T17, right?
Yeah. Sorry. When I rolled, do you remember if this 2d6 plus 4 was me healing?
It probably was.
Okay. All right, then I think I healed, then we're good. All right, I just marked it in my character sheet. All right. But yeah, Vanitas has just been funneling whoever he can to safety. Wherever is safe, so probably either in the church or just down this road to one of these two barns.
Okay, well, since you have gotten those people out of the way, these guys are going to try to seal off the road to the north of town. They're not really interested in chasing down stragglers. So they have gone that way. These people are aware of a bunch of people that have been attacking them, and so they want to deal with that. I'm
having a hard time following where you're at just because the map is pretty big.
Yeah, I have it zoomed like almost all the way out.
Yeah. Last I really followed, you were those orcs were trying to break through T3, but where is Vanitas at?
He's way north.
I'm up
He's-
here if you can see my ping.
See your ping.
Yeah, over by F.
Well, there's a bunch of Fs.
Ah.
F just means
fuck.
farm.
Oh.
T17,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice that either.
T17 and T18 are the two that he's standing between, and they're sort of in the like north of
Okay.
town. Okay. If nobody minds, I'm gonna move these dead guys just to have them out of the way, basically.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so Wex. Yeah, I don't think I can really justify people going after the people on top of the house since you're right there. Your character is
Yeah.
not like hidden in any way, right, Wex?
I'm,
You're
like,
kind of
just on the-
charging towards them.
I'm right on the side of that house. I'm not really all the way out, but I'm definitely I would be seen, I think.
Okay, well, thankfully, almost all the enemies on that side are dead. So this guy's gonna charge you, and he's going to blow a horn as he goes to kind of summon reinforcements who are gonna come down from the north of town and are going to join you, but they'll get there in, let's say, the latter half of the minute. And then this last guy is going to try to charge over and deal with the people on top of this house. I think from the back of his axe beak, he will be able to kind of do a like jump to get on top of the house with you guys. But that will partially be dependent on what you guys do during your turn, because he's going to be trying to intercept you guys.
I think we're going to try and repel him. So Holgard's going to try and repel him.
Okay. So.
Orc is climbing up the building.
All right. So if it sounds like we're gonna have a lot of like some actual fights breaking out this turn. So I'm gonna break it down into like the parties that do fights and do quick little fights for each of those parties. So So Hogard is going after this orc that's coming after him. Gimbal and Sabek, what are you doing?
I am I'm still chugging the health potion.
Well, that's something. I mean, we're going over the span of a whole minute, and with this health potion, I think you can do up to 4 chugs per turn.
Yeah, I'm at like 18 health at the moment, which is why I'm like, I gotta drink this potion. I
right,
can't do
so-
anything else right now.
Let's say, like, your first turn, you top off the potion. What's your game plan from there?
Let's see.
The orc would still be approaching you at this point. He's not on top of you yet.
The orc came from the side of the building
Yeah, he came from the
near
east.
this
He
little
came
lake.
from over here, east
This
of
little
T10.
pond?
And
I'm saying there's a pond right next to us, like
yes,
T6.
correct.
Yes. So is it fair to say that his boots or whatever would be muddy?
He would be adjacent to the pond, but we're looking at a pretty big scale here, so I think he can easily fit between the pond and this tree in his approach.
Oh, in any case, I think Sabek would be shouting to Gimbal and Hogard to push the guy off and not let him complete his climb.
Yeah, I'm going to use my engineer's wrench and try and keep him from getting on top of the roof.
Bonk him on the head.
Okay, so you guys have a few turns while he's like charging towards you and probably throwing javelins that he's not going to be like climbing up yet. Do you guys want to be doing ranged attacks during that time?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do my short bow if he's while he's coming towards the building.
All right. Gimbal, do you have any strategy for this fight?
Yeah, I think it's going to be all strikes.
You're the one that has the fancy guns, right?
I have a light crossbow.
Oh, right. You just have a normal. Who has
Somebody
the
have
like
guns?
enchanted crossbows?
That was Gimbal. He got the stringless crossbows.
All right.
Yeah, we decided it was a light. Or you
Yes,
decided
it
it was
is.
a light
It is
crossbow.
a light.
It's a one-handed stringless crossbow.
Yes. I need you to know that these are based on revolvers, and so every time we think about them, I'm not going to think of it as a crossbow. I'm going to think of it as a revolver that shoots
Okay.
arrows. Okay.
I'll just write
So-
AKA revolver.
A Van
So-
Helsing crossbow.
Light
Here's how this fight breaks down, I think. The orc has seen you guys attacking his friends. So he lets out a bellow, starts charging towards you. He's throwing spears. Hogard and Gimbal are shooting at him as he's closing in. During this time, Sabek is just capping off on health and getting ready.
I need to
and
do
then
the rolls to.
we're gonna do rolls
Okay,
in a
so-
second. I just want to make sure I understand it right, and then we're gonna do like all the rolls at once. And then as he approaches the house, like you guys are all gonna like charge him and try to stop him from getting up there.
Right.
All right. So in that case, we're looking at 10 turns that this takes place over. He's going to reach you guys on turn 3. So, all right, let's do the first 3 turns. So the first 3 turns are going to be ranged combat, healing as he closes in on you. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yep. So can I shoot my short bow?
Yep.
I'm going to shoot my bow too.
It's not going to be a sneak attack, so make sure you don't have sneak attack checked.
Oh. Okay. Well, it sucked anyway.
Okay, do 3 of those, because you're doing 3 turns worth. Okay. Gimbal,
Maybe
you
one
also get 3, and he is going to throw 3 javelins at you as he's charging in.
Okay. Roll. Oh.
Correct. Okay. So Hogard, none of your attacks hit. He was attacking the closest one to him, which would be Hogard. So I think only the 18 hits. Yeah. So Hogard, you're gonna take 9 points of damage as he throws one javelin at you, it skids off to the side. He throws another, and it hits the building at your feet, and then he throws a third one, and this long javelin hits you in the shoulder, and sort of knocks you back, and you have to pull it out.
Question.
Yeah.
Is this something Vanitas would be able to see happening from the air?
You're in the air?
Yeah.
Then yes, but I don't know that you could easily get down to them in time.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it's just if I can, I'm gonna fly and help them out at any
You
point in
should
time if
fly
I
and
can.
help Wex out
where's
because
Wex?
he is much closer to you, and he's somebody you reasonably can reach in a turn
Oh,
or 2.
okay. All right.
Also, I'm pretty damaged, so I could use the support.
I will be there after this little exchange then.
Okay, so Hogard, none of your attacks hit. Them just fly wildly astray and bury themselves in the dirt. One of them flies true and hits him, but it just buries itself in his plate mail, and it's not any kind of threatening to him. Gimbal, you shoot 3 times with your crossbow. So you shoot, and there's this blast of magical energy that propels the arrow forward. I'm imagining it not actually like a revolver. That was what it was based on, but because it's single shot, I'm imagining it more like a break action shotgun. So like you load it, you aim, you shoot. There's a big explosion as the arrow pops out. You break it, load the next one in, click it, shoot. You're doing that kind of motion. You get that 3 times as he's approaching. First one, just like with Hogard, the arrow hits him, but just bounces off of his armor. Second one buries itself in the dirt at his feet, and the third one gets straight into the neck slot of his armor, and you hear a gurgle as he takes some serious damage. So you've hit him. It's a solid hit, but he's still charging at you. This is a big, pissed off bastard on a chocobo.
More like,
Okay. He has reached you, and he's going to try a an athletics maneuver to jump up the building, and if he fails that, he's going to break into the building and look for a way up to the attic, and then try to like smash up to you guys from there. So first we'll see if he succeeds at his acrobatics. So
God, I hope he gets like a nat
he's
20.
doing
get
this.
the
You
my
guys
healing
take
roll, but now or after he does this?
You guys take 1 round of attacks at him, however many you can do in 1 round, and if you hit him, he will have disadvantage on this roll. That is his acrobatics attempt to climb.
Okay, well, if it's still my turn, I would like to spend a key point and
Okay.
try to hit him twice again.
So you get 2 attacks by default, a third if you're using your bonus action, which you don't have any reason not to, and a 4th if you spend a key point.
Yep, I'll do that. Just unarmed strikes.
Okay. So tally down one of your key points, and then give me 4 unarmed strikes. Hogard, go ahead and do an attack with that wrench, and you are going to have advantage on this attack, and it will be a sneak attack.
Okay.
Gimbal, all 4 of your flurry of limbs that go at him, all 4 of them he effortlessly deflects with his arms as he's climbing up this building. However, Hogard, to everyone's surprise, effortlessly just swoops down and dings this guy on the head with a wrench for 16 points of damage. Yeah, you slam this guy's head in while he's distracted.
That
Good
hurt.
job.
He felt that.
All right, Sabek. Do you want to try to finish him off while he's climbing up?
Nah, I was gonna just spend my time healing, like I was saying.
Okay, so you had 3 turns while he was approaching to heal, so you should have plenty of.
Oh shit.
Why did it just say rolling?
Don't know. I tried to copy and paste what I did last time.
Okay, it's
get the points in.
/R. Wait, or is it / roll?
I just do /R. Both probably work.
Okay, yes, /R does it. And Zai, you can do that, let's say, up to 3 times. Alright, so you've got 18 health.
3 times. I'll do it twice and then throw a javelin.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna edit your character's health. It's plus 38, yes? Alright, so you're almost capped off. Alright. Give 1 javelin throw, and that's just going to take up the time while he's approaching you, and then you're gonna get 1 turn as he's trying to climb into the building. Or trying to climb up to you guys. Okay, your javelin flies and hits him in the pauldron where it would have impaled his shoulder, but it just bounces off his thick plate mail pauldron. All right, so you got 1 turn to go ham on him.
Never mind. Crap. There we go. I disabled that, but it rolled anyway.
Did you not need to throw a second javelin?
That second javelin. I was just going to do a base attack.
Okay. And you can attack twice per turn. Do you want to do a second attack? Yeah, there it is.
Second one hits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Second one hit.
The first
Yeah.
one, he swoops to the side as you swing down at him. The second one catches him on the backswing, and the ridges in the back of your sword, the serrations,
Shit.
stab into a chainmail section of his armor and draws some blood. Let's see the damage on that. You're not raged, so it's just going to be 12 slashing damage. Still pretty good.
Uncheck rage in my character sheet.
So he's pretty injured at this point, but he has entered a battle fury. He successfully jumped up and got his upper torso up onto the building. So from here he could roll up and start a fight, but since he doesn't think things are going his way, he instead on his turn is going to try to grab Hogard's leg and pull Hogard off the building with him, and then use Hogard to soften his fall by landing on top of him. So
Holkar still has his mechanical wrench, and he knows how to use it.
Oh, I'm sure. So this is the top of the next turn, essentially. Dad, give me a dexterity save, I think. I think that would do it.
Check him again, Hogard.
Ooh, not quite high enough. Okay, so this guy successfully grabs you and is going to topple off the building with you. Give me 1 more dexterity save. Okay. As you're falling, he tries to position you under him to take all of the damage and cushion his blow. You are able to squirm your way out, and so the 2 of you are going to hit the ground simultaneously, and you're both going to take damage.
I'm not hanging on the edge of the roof.
Oh no, he has solidly grabbed your leg. That was you failing the first save.
Yeah.
And pulled you off the building. Even if you grabbed the ledge, this is a 300-pound orc in plate mail. You're not holding that ledge. I've seen your strength score, my dude.
Well,
It's nothing to brag about. I agree.
trains over brawn.
I want to re-roll that because I wasn't sure if I should do a 10 or an 8. I'm thinking I should not have done a 10.
Oh, Lord.
15 sounds more accurate. All right.
Yeah.
You guys are both going to take 15 points of damage. The orc having previously thought he was going to have a nice squishy dwarf to land on, instead lands face first after falling off of a 3-story building, and he is just smushed. His plate mail squishes down like a pancake, and there's gore everywhere. Hogard, it's not so good for you.
No,
But
Hogard is, if not nearly dead, he's plain dead. So I'm just going to lay here and figure out what's going on around me for a minute. Gather my
What is
wits.
life?
So
I want to illustrate what just happened.
I'm contemplating what
How did I
got
get to
me
this
here.
point?
Right.
I want to illustrate what just happened. This guy's charging at this building. Arrows are flying everywhere in both directions. He jumps up on the building. He grabs Hogard's leg. He pulls them both down. He's killed. Hogard is lying on the ground. Hogard, like, sits up an inch, looks around, and is like, fuck this, I'm going back to sleep.
That's right. That's right. I'm just hoping to pass out.
Now,
Probably my best strategy at this point.
are the chocobos vicious towards us, or are they just like running off when the riders are dead?
They're not hostile towards you.
Did it have a rider on it, or was that Orc or Orog the rider?
The Orog was the rider.
Okay.
As soon as it's free, I think it's gonna just sort of start, like, I think it has, like, I think they're trained that if their rider dies, they're supposed to retreat to, like, the edge of the battlefield so that, you know, the next person in the clan can retrieve them, sort of thing, rather than risking themselves in a battle. So he's gonna start running away. So you guys have, like, let's say 3 turns left before this minute's over. Gimbal and Sabek, what do you want to do to wrap it up?
Either of us, like, give Hogard a potion or, like, drop it down the side with...
Yeah.
Actually, I have a rope. I could use some
I have
rope
a
to
rope,
lower
too.
down a health potion.
I think Hogard was holding the potions, wasn't he?
I do. I have potions. Yeah.
Okay.
I just
Okay,
need a
cool.
minute to recuperate, and then when things are quieted down, I may search through my pack
I mean,
for a.
Your friend has just fallen off a building and not gotten back up. Do you guys want to go down and check on him?
Yes, we should provide. Yeah, check on him. At least.
I think Sabek would kind of be in, like, a bloodlust state. I mean,
You think
If
Sabek is just going straight for the next fight?
yes. Like, I want to basically
All right.
take some weak dragon's blood and start jumping over towards Wex.
Okay. Fuck yeah. I dig it. You're going to join Wex at the start of next turn, wherever Wex is. Do the, like, addiction roll for weak dragon's blood. I think it's just a constitution save. And you need to beat a number. So while we're figuring that out, Gimbal, I like to imagine that you getting down from this 3-story building is like, you place one arm on the ledge, and then you kind of climb off the ledge and just stretch Armstrong your way down to the bottom.
That makes sense.
And then you release it, and the arm kind of, like, falls in, like, loops around you like a long hose, and you gotta kind of swoop it back into place.
And it's very graceful.
It's
I've learned
very
a
graceful.
lot over the years.
Okay, and then you go check on your friend Hogard. Are you distressed?
I am very distressed.
Are you flipping tables again?
All right, let me know what you guys do.
God,
for
that
a
was
second here.
that was the best.
That was awesome.
How many turns do I have this time around?
You've got like 15 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm just making it to Hogard in 15 seconds.
Okay.
Here.
Well then, I want to end the turn with you get on the ground, you like turn Hogard over to check him, and you're like, my friend Hogard, oh no! And you can clearly tell that Hogard is just squeezing his eyes shut.
Right. I am conscious.
Oh
Actually, no. You know what it's like? Have you ever seen one of those animals in the wild that will play dead, and then while they're playing dead, you can like flip them over or something, and they just immediately go into playing dead in the other stance?
So this just opens up a can of rage in Gimbal, and he turns into a spider human beingling.
Okay.
And in his rage, he's going to attempt to get to the tower.
But you're about to murder that chocobo.
Okay, I'm very curious. We will cover that next turn. What is your goal when you get to this tower?
Range weaponry.
Okay.
Where's the
All right.
tower
So
at?
before
T1?
Yeah.
before we get into I want to do Wex and his battle next. Keep in mind that Sabek didn't get to Wex until the end of the turn, but Vanitas will be able to get to him relatively early on. Before we get to that, I want to establish that partway through the turn, another boulder is going to get tossed. So I need to roll a...
Oh god.
I hope it doesn't land on me.
Oh, that would be real funny, wouldn't it?
That would just be really, really bad.
Oh,
All right. 1,
Bryn
2,
time.
3. Oh no. 4.
I'm already having a
5.
bad day.
Hey, would you guys be happy to learn that? So the way I've been determining the boulder locations is I sort of zoom out and I look at the whole town map, and then I break it into a 3x3 grid, and so it just goes like 1, 2, 3 is the top row, 4, 5, 6 is the middle row, 7, 8, 9 is the bottom row. If you break the town out that way, number 6 lands squarely on square T6.
Oh, Jesus.
So I need to retcon a little bit that in the middle of this battle,
Not
as
on the
all of
building
this
anymore.
is happening, one other thing happens, which is that let's say as the Orog is jumping up to get on the building, you just see this ominous shadow overhead as a boulder. We're talking like a 6-foot wide boulder comes tumbling through the air and smashes into the building behind you. And there's this huge splintering explosion as half of the building just collapses in on itself in one horrible disaster. And then everything
Comment
else
that
that we
when
said
Sabek
happens,
was over
happens.
there, he watched
Okay.
all of this and didn't flinch at all.
So, all of that has happened. We're now going back to the top of minute 3. So we are at 3 minutes and 0 seconds again. These Orogs are charging towards Wex, and Vanitas is going to try to fly in and catch Wex. Let me see what kind of distance we're dealing with here. That's 300 feet, and Vanitas has, what is your fly speed?
I think it's
You have a fly speed of 50 feet. So you can actually get down there on your 3rd turn. So
okay.
3 turns in, you're going to meet Wex. That is right around the same time that the Orogs are going to close in on Wex.
Now,
And then Sabek doesn't join you until the
am
beginning
I
of
able
next turn.
to heal while I'm flying? Like
Not
while
if you
I'm
want to
flying?
get there. Not if you want to get there on your 3rd turn. If you want
Okay.
until the 4th turn to get there, you could quaff a potion, but it would slow you down.
Okay. How much health do I have? 23?
Yep.
I'll go play
Okay.
hero. I won't take the potion just yet.
Okay. Now, remember that these Orogs can be nasty motherfuckers. So they are they're closing in on Wex. Everyone sort of meets at around the same time. We have 7 turns left before the beginning of next minute. This time, because of the sort of angle of approach, with Wex having this fence on one side, building on the other, they're approaching down from the north. None of you guys have a good angle for ranged attacks, or rather, they won't have a good angle for ranged attacks on Wex, but Wex, you could get some ranged attacks off on them as they're approaching. So, do you want to do... Is that how you want to handle it? Your character's just going to hunker down and shoot at these guys as they're approaching you, or do you have a different strategy?
Yeah, so I figured at the beginning of this turn when I was kind of by myself and this orc just ran up in my face and started blowing this horn that I'm like, all right, cool. I am in a really dodgy spot right now. I was going to spit poison in the direction of the horn blower and then dodge around the other side of this building, like around here, and then start healing potion because I have a few healing potions in my bag.
Are you do you want to try going inside the building and like Resident Eviling this?
You know, I didn't think about it that way, but I think it would work better if I did the Leon S. Kennedy and just like spit my poison, go in the house, heal up.
Okay, I like this. So give me 2 turns of attacks as this guy's approaching you, and then you run into the building and you get a quick heal before we get into siege mode. All right.
And then my healing potion, I also have the Alchemist Ring, which increases the amount healing potions heal me by 1d4.
I just remembered something. I gotta check real quick.
Oh, damn. He succeeded both of those saves. I think with Poison Spray, that means he resists it.
Does that also hit the dude behind him? Because I thought it was kind of like in a bit of an arc.
Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, because it says it goes 10 feet. I would imagine I got the dude behind him, too.
Okay. So
I just remembered Vanitas has the periaptive health, which is super convenient because he's squishy.
But that is more of like long-term health. It doesn't help a ton in battle. It will help you after a battle to like recover naturally.
It just means I'm immediately stabilized if I start dying.
Yeah.
Which is convenient in my head.
The guy behind
These
him
guys
succeeded at his
really
saves
wanted
too.
to just not get poisoned. Okay, yeah. So I'm glad I went in the house.
All right, so Vanitas, you're trying to catch up with your friend Wex. You see these people closing in on him. He spits poison a few times, and then you see him like run into this building and slam the door behind him.
Are there windows in this building?
There are windows. There's one upper story window here on the peaked side of the house, and 2 on the ground floor.
Okay. So this guy right here, I'm gonna fly down, do a dive attack, kick him, do my 2 attacks, and then use my bonus action to disengage in through a window.
Ooh. I think I'm alright with it. I think it works.
And then heal on the beginning of the next turn.
Now, important note, if you are jumping in through a window and you break that window, then the enemy will have a nice open window to get in through. So you guys are going to have to, like, get ready for that fast. But
Now,
like
can I go in through the top story window? Just like use the enemy as a springboard.
Yeah, all right, I'll allow it. Because you're a birdman and springboard and you're doing I'm imagining this as not like you go down, you hit him, you stop, you jump up. I'm imagining it as more of like an eagle swooping.
Yeah.
Like your momentum never stops. You fly down, bap him on the head, you Mario him, and then just keep your momentum going as you flip in through that window. All right, let's get an it's a me in here.
All right. Wait, I've gotta get in the Mario mindset. Yoo-hoo! It's me, Mario.
Okay.
Perfecto.
Charles Martinet would be so proud.
All right. Now then, what am I rolling?
Just give me 2 regular attacks. Unless you want to spend a key point on it.
I will spend a key point, which gets me.
It
4
could get
attacks,
you
right?
up to 4, but one of those attacks would have to be your bonus action, and you're using the bonus action to disengage.
Okay, so it looks like I only hit with one of them then.
Also, I think when you disengage in that way, you have to spend a key point to do so.
I thought disengage was a bonus action.
I think it's a bonus action that costs a... I mean, disengage is a standard action. I think you can
might be
spend a bonus action to do it.
Oh,
You
is
can
that
spend
it?
a key point to do it as a bonus action.
I thought key point was spent for dodge.
Let's see. Steps of the Wind. You can spend 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we'll do that.
Hey, by the way, if you want, you could have done that earlier to drink your potion and not have to slow down. So if you want to spend 2 key points, I'll let you get in through the window and have gotten a potion chug earlier in the turn.
Okay. All right, so we'll do that then. So
You were
My
at 5,
two-
you're now down to 3, I think.
okay. So did any of those hit?
One of them did. Yeah.
Okay. Roll damage. 11.
All right. 11's
Wow.
not bad, especially since this guy's already hurt.
And then what was the healing potion roll? It was
You have just regular healing potions, right?
I think so. Whatever the traveling salesman of awesomeness sells.
All right. Let me get that for you. Potion of healing heals for 2d4 plus 2 hit points. Okay.
9.
So I want to like narrate this because I love the visual on this attack. You are swooping down to him very literally like an eagle, but then somehow before you leave, you get 3 attacks at him, and I think the way you do that is you kind of like twist your wings at the last second that gives you a little bit of spin, and then you like helicopter kick him. You just like pow, 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 back into the air with your wings. And
First kick misses. The
first
second
kick,
kick
he
like
ducks
glances
his
off
head
his
out of the
armor.
way. Second
And
kick,
the third kick just fucking like catches him in the jaw. And
Yes.
that's my springboard kick.
beautiful. And then you get in through the window. Wex, you have just entered the building. You're trying to do your barricade stuff, and you hear a crash in the upstairs window. What do you do?
I'm looking up and I'm just going, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, he has no idea what I didn't let him know this was happening. So he has going
He
on.
had no way of knowing that you were coming either.
Yeah, no, at this point I had already like spit my poison, decided about my hasty retreat, and was like, all right, cool, I have to chug this potion because
You would
I don't know
probably
what's
have
coming
every
next.
reason to think it's an Orog that just got up there.
100%, but I really need to chug this potion.
All right. So from here, we're going to go turn by turn, but I'm not going to tell you guys what the Orogs are doing until
So-
they come into play.
Real quick, at the end of Vanitas' turn, he like crashes into the bedroom, and he's just like, "I'm okay," as his like announce that he's in the house. So he knows he's not in danger.
Hold on. I need to give you guys some tools for like knowing what you can do in this situation. And I have something for this. Bear with me. Yes? Hey, that's not bad. Okay. I'm just grabbing 2 images that are like the first I see from this folder that seem reasonable. These are going to be the interior of the building that you have to work with. There's your first one. That's the ground floor. And we're going to say both the south is a door. There's stairs up in the left, and then the top and right are both going to be windows. Just to, yeah. And then I have another one for you for the attic, but I need a second to find it. I'm close. I'm real close. Yeah, that'll do. And Vanitas, this is what you're looking at for the top floor. So, how do you guys go about your siege defense? Vanitas, oh wait, let me...
I'm assuming I just crashed in through this window.
Vanitas crashed in through this window. Wex,
And
you have just
is
come
the
in
clock
through the front
actually
door.
there? I'm assuming that the clock.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if that was actually an important detail or not. I don't know how I'd use the clock because it's kind of on the outside of the building. Okay. So what's Wex doing first? Let's hear his input. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm mostly in my head after hearing the loud crash upstairs and just like, what the fuck? I've made a huge mistake. I should not be in here. And I start slamming the boxes that are next to the door, just right in front of it, just as fast as I can.
All right, give me a strength check.
I shouldn't have
go ahead
said
and make a
that.
strength save if you're proficient in that. Uh, 13's not great, but do you think that your character has advantage in this because of the adrenaline that he has going on, especially because he just heard a crash upstairs and he knows he has to deal with it?
I mean, some of it's the adrenaline, but I would also think a little bit of it is I didn't spend all 3 turns before just deciding that I wanted to stay and fight. I'm like, no, I really need to get somewhere and kind of fortify the spot.
Okay. You know what? You have advantage. With a 22, you successfully are going to move enough of those boxes to heavily fortify the door. So, what do you do from there?
So at that point, I'm putting my back to the door. I'm reaching for my axe, and I'm grabbing a health potion and topping off just getting ready because I'm pretty sure whatever the noise was upstairs was one of the orcs. And as soon as it comes through, I'm just throwing my axe at it.
Beautiful. You don't have one of those, like, the health potions that you retrieved from the giant. One of those big, like, jugs of health potion, right? You just
No,
have
I
normal
didn't get
ones?
one of them. I got 4 from the traveling salesman.
Okay. So those are going to heal you 2d4 per potion, and you can use 1 potion per turn. So why don't we start with just
plus 4.
2d4
Is it
plus
2D?
4, yeah.
And then I also get 1 additional D4 with my alchemist ring.
Oh, beautiful, yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay, that helped a lot.
Cool. I'll take
Good
that.
ring.
And like as I'm just straight chugging this potion, like my one hand is like firmly gripped on my axe, while like in the other hand, like I just have like this look where I'm like I refuse to close my eyes while I drink, and I'm just staring at the stairs and then staring like darting back and forth, like it's going to happen somewhere, and I know it's
All
either
right.
from the stairs or the window, and
that's
I'm
what
gonna
Wex
kill
is
whatever
doing.
comes in whichever one happens.
All right, that's what Wex is doing. Vanitas, what are you doing? You've just crashed in through the window. You know that Wex is downstairs.
Do I have anything like oil on me or anything like that?
Oil?
Yes.
Does your character have dark vision?
He's got an ability that can make him use dark vision. One of his way of the shadow ability is he can cast dark vision on people.
If you don't have dark vision by default, then I think you would have torches with you. I don't think you would have like a jug of flammable oil, but I will say if you do a quick investigation roll, you can search the room for like a lantern or something where there might be some oil in the room.
Okay, so we're gonna investigate this room right quick.
Oh, good investigation. Yeah, you look around and it's not on the bedside where you would expect it, but in the drawer underneath the bedside, there's a big old oil lantern.
Okay, I'm soaking a comforter in oil, lighting it on fire, and throwing it out the window at one of these grogs.
Okay. Okay. Huh.
Lit a bed on fire.
Huh.
Yup.
Flaming mattress
Just the
move.
blanket.
No one ever expects the flaming mattress.
Are you
move.
trying to? Wait, did you say it was the full bed or just the
The
big
blanket.
He
blanket?
said
Okay.
comforter.
Okay, the cover.
Is this just like an attack to light one of them on fire, or are you trying to accomplish something with the?
It's
Comforter.
more to distract them
Fuck yeah,
and
I love it.
possibly hurt them.
Roll a wisdom save. Just a straight up wisdom save. This is going to be you acting under pressure. Son of a bitch.
Cody got the good rolls today.
I'm perfectly okay with that. Because
All right. So this guy is able to avoid this flaming blanket that comes down at him. However, he now thinks that Wex. No, wait. He saw you go up there. Sorry. So he would reasonably assume it was you, not Wex. But
now, do I have another turn?
we're gonna go turn by turn. So you guys just did your first turn. Technically the fourth turn in this minute. But
Okay.
what do you want to do next?
Okay.
Is there any oil left over?
I think you
Like-
dumped the whole thing on that blanket,
whole thing?
unless you
Okay.
had intentionally left some behind.
I would have intentionally left some behind because then I'm gonna throw the container of oil at the blanket on fire. So it just like, I don't have my cup. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that at the fire blanket to make like an oil explosion.
Okay. here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do, at this point, these Orogs have all gotten together, and one of them is coming around front. Two of them, I think, are trying to scale the building in front of you. So they're going, one of them is going to like do the hand thing. The other person puts his foot in it, and they're going to try to like toss him up kind of thing. You do this. These guys are going to have to do a quick dexterity save to avoid that fire. One of them avoids it, but drops the other one. It's the guy on the bottom avoids it and drops the other guy right into the explosion. And he's going to take, I don't know, 2d6 damage. Roll 2d6 for me. Wex, since doing the thing that you just did, you're looking paranoid and all this stuff, you just heard like a pop and sizzle outside. And that is the sensory input you've had.
Yeah, I'm having a really rough day right now. I'm having a really rough go of it. At this point, I'm not sure, because can I see out the window in front of me? Did I see the explosion?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes. By the way, that window is unbarricaded, and these guys are currently distracted trying to get up the building and haven't looked inside and seen you, but that could happen any moment, and then they would be able to just jump through that window.
Okay, at this point, after seeing the explosion and not feeling like I can comfortably protect myself here, I'm going to walk upstairs, or rather run upstairs with my axe, just at the ready, and prepare myself to just attack whatever.
Hey, you rolled 10 points of healing.
Yeah.
Did you apply that to your character sheet?
No, I did not. Hold on.
All right, I got it.
Cool beans, thank you.
So you're down to 13 points of damage. That's not nearly as bad.
No, that's definitely not as dire as it was before.
Especially considering some people in this party have like 30 points of health total.
Yeah, some of us are very squishy. I run upstairs and I see a shadow as I'm coming up the stairs, and I'm ready to just throw my axe. And at the last second, I catch myself. I'm like, bird person?
What's up, buddy?
And I'm like, okay, this isn't as dire as I originally thought it was.
I'm here to help.
I assume that explosion was you?
Yes, sir. So,
Are
what's the plan?
the orcs still coming up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're going to get back at it in a second.
Did one make it to the window yet? I kind of want to do the I wanted to do the like action movie thing of he's facing to talk to me, and I'm just like,
Falcon.
and I want to blast the orc in the face.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, we'll say that happens at the top of the next turn. We're at top of turn 5.
Okay, is turn 5 or turn
just been
6?
Tossed up to the balcony. He's gonna do just effortlessly just do a crunch up onto that balcony, and you can tell that this Orog really has been working his abs, and it's just very in shape. And as he's pulling himself up onto this balcony, you get this attack off on him, and then depending on how that goes, he's going to charge Vanitas.
So does Hogard see all this going on?
Not necessarily. This is happening simultaneously with the turn that you guys had.
Okay.
And also, you guys were very distracted at the time.
Also, at this point, wouldn't Hogard be like fake asleep?
Well,
Did the explosion wake
Pretty
Hogard
close to
up?
this.
I'm thinking maybe the explosion got his attention. So
Oh god.
But
I'll wait till
keep
it
in
comes around
mind
to that.
that we're looking at like the scale of a town. So you are actually 100-some feet away from where that explosion happened.
And it wasn't a huge explosion. It was more like a I don't know how to describe it.
It was more like when you throw a bunch of lighter fluid on a campfire.
Yeah.
Or when you've had the grill on for a long time, and then you look down and you realize, oh man, I forgot to start it with the sparky thing. Then you press the sparky thing, and there's a big fireball, and you burn off your eyebrows.
Okay.
Listen,
Yeah, see, that happened.
Listen,
that can
it
happen.
happens.
So was I
Okay.
a cool action movie guy, or did I miss?
I'm just happy he
going to
didn't
say
get any nat
because
one.
because this guy is not in dodging condition, this guy is currently like mid rippling crunch. He's not in a good position to dodge, so he has disadvantage on both of those attacks. So both of your attacks hit him. Let's see some damage. I assume you're not cursing him.
No, definitely not cursing him.
So 14 points total.
Yep.
Very good. Okay. With that, he is going to let out a bellow, and he is up here now. By the way, this is a thing I've done with games in the past. What do you think about this setup of just dropping down some scenery and you literally move your characters around the scenery?
I like it.
Down.
Sweet. Okay,
That's pretty
he's
cool.
going to let out a bellow, and he's going to spear tackle Vanitas from behind and swing some weapons as he is doing so. Oh, actually, so he's going to spear tackle Vanitas, get 2 swings on him. Vanitas, both of those hit, yes?
Unfortunately.
Okay, and then he is going to further in a move that you would not think possible given like the stuff he has just done. He moves with almost supernatural speed and is going to close in with Wex after Vanitas has been disoriented. Vanitas, get an attack of opportunity on him. It's going to be 1 attack, and you're going to have disadvantage because you just got spear tackled from behind.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Okay. So Wex, this guy's just closed in to your face after you shot your attacks on him. Vanitas, you go do something. By the way, at this point, you guys are going to start hearing some bangs from downstairs.
Oh no. Okay, so I am gonna just straight up go ham on this guy.
Okay.
I'm diving in, using a key point. He's going down.
Okay.
So 4 attacks. One hits.
Yeah, 1 hits.
Dang.
I will say this is a thing with monks. At least this was a big thing in Pathfinder, is that they don't have the huge numbers that other people like fighters have that let them, hit the big damage and hit that often. But boy, do they machine gun. And so even if just 1 in 4 attacks hits, at least that's something. And rule of large numbers, when you're trying to beat an 18, 4 attacks helps. So you got 8 points of damage off on this guy, which is good, because this guy is now hurt. Oh, I don't have numlock on. I see how it is. All right. So after Vanitas has closed in and just done a flurry of talons and claws on this guy's back, you guys are going to hear a crash from downstairs. And then nothing comes of that. It's the start of the next turn. We're getting close to the end of the minute, but I think we have enough time to wrap up this fight in this minute.
At the end of this minute, is that when Savik shows up?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Here, are they upstairs or downstairs right now?
They are upstairs. Oh, actually, I have something very good for this because we're at turn 6 now. So we'll address this in a second. Okay. Wex, Vanitas, and Orog. Some attacks are going to happen. Unless anybody has anything fancy in plan, I'm just going to do some attacks. This guy is going after Wex. That's who he was going after when he finished his turn. So he's going to do 2 attacks against Wex. Yep. Both hit.
Oh, my fight money.
I feel you.
All right, Wex, take 19 points of damage.
I just healed.
I know you
I
did.
just
Well, hey,
healed.
it's a good thing you healed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would have really sucked.
Okay, Wex and Vanitas.
You said
guys,
take how much?
19 points.
Oh, 19. Jesus.
Do you have total?
And you know you don't need to like do the math yourself. You can just click
Nope,
and say.
I know. I just put it in.
Very good.
Oof.
Whew. You're not particularly healthy. You might want to consider going on like a vegan diet or something. In the meantime, you two let me know what you do this turn.
Vanitas is determined to like fuck this guy up.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm reeling, but I kind of want to look Vanitas in the eye and be like, "Yo, we should just do like the Resident Evil 5 combo to this dude."
You go high, you go low, I'll go high.
Yup.
Oh,
I really just want to. I want to swing as hard as I can at him, like at his legs with my axe.
You're
And I'm just
You're a hex blade, right? So you have
Yes, I am.
multi-attack?
I have multi-attack, and I'm hoping we kill this dude because I could really use a ghost partner.
Fuck yeah. Alright, give me 2 great axe attacks. Oof!
both hit.
Fuck yeah. Those crunchy numbers. Hey,
There we
Vanitas,
go.
let me see your. Well, all right. We're gonna go ahead and let him get the kill, and then we'll do your spectral thing in a second. Vanitas, what do you do after your friend has just double chopped this Orog and left him? Okay, this needs more fanfare than that. All right, this Orog rushes at Wex.
I'm still
right
saying I
after-
use my attack. Like, we're doing the he goes low, I go high. So, like, regardless if my damage helps at all, like, he's already dead, but
Okay.
that's what happened. We just tag team.
Okay, you tag team him.
Like, he's taking one hand to swing his axe. I'm drop kicking him, and we're just high fiving with our other hands.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm actually
Okay.
into it.
All right, so good. Orog is dead. I have a thing for this.
What are these houses made of?
They're mostly wood. They're like log houses.
Okay, so it's like thick wood logs.
Yes.
It's like redwood to withstand this kind of beat down.
Hey, so we're currently looking at the end of turn 6, and at this point, you guys are going to hear a commotion downstairs. Do you want to give me a perception check to figure out what that commotion kind of sounds like? It sounds like a rustling kind of commotion, is all you know.
Yeah.
Should I give the perception roll too, or should I
That's
just
a
be
good
on the
idea.
floor doing the? Should I
Well, you
be
can
doing
look
my spectral
downstairs.
thing?
Well,
Should I be doing my spectral thing?
you can, but it's a perception. So I would say, like, even if you're doing something, you can still hear what's going on and make something of it.
Sure.
Nice.
Does that help?
That does help.
Why-
You are
okay.
actually intimately familiar with this because you heard this sound not too long ago. It sounds like somebody moving a bunch of boxes downstairs.
No, not my boxes.
And you're going to hear some banging on the door. There's our stats on Accursed Spectre in case we need it. He is next to you. He has stats.
Okay. In fiction, though, I want it known that I got down on the floor and I had to do the chant from Chucky in order to bring the specter into the world.
Okay, very good. Hey, Sabek.
Anything but that.
Around this time in the turn, Hogard has just
Yar.
fallen on the floor. You are in a blood rage, and you have just quaffed a weak dragon blood.
Dragon blood, yeah. I increased my addiction level, addiction level. 'Cause I don't think my roll passed.
Okay, thank you. It only went up by 1 because it was weak dragon's blood. And go ahead and roll a d5 for me. Ooh, you have taken on the effect of a slag dragon. And can you roll another d6? One, two, three. Okay, fuck yeah. You have dragon's breath. You have the dragon's breath of a slag dragon.
That's
There's
nasty.
description for it.
That's helpful.
Nice. So, Sabek, you have jumped off of this building and are kind of charging across the street. A second ago, you saw this Orog come around the corner after seeing Wex enter this building. This Orog is now slamming on the door of the building with his axe, trying to bash it down and get in. You are, you're several feet away, so you have to do a full charge for a second. But after a second of slamming into this door with you charging against him, the Orog's totally distracted. He doesn't see you coming. Suddenly, the Orog seems very satisfied. And the door swings open, and he's about to let himself into the building just as you catch up to him from behind. What do you do, Sabek?
They're on the top floor, right?
They are on the top floor. Although you don't necessarily know that.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that, fam.
You just know
That's why
that this
I ran over
Orog
there
has
because
just gotten
I
in
was
the door.
on top of the building and I saw Wex over there by himself.
But they have been inside the building the whole time.
Right. Okay.
You saw him run into the building. You just don't know where he's in there.
Yeah.
He's distracted, right?
He's totally distracted. You're standing behind him. You're going to have advantage on at least your first attack.
I think Sabek would shout something along the lines of, "Hey, "You ugly, warted piece of shit," to get his attention. And then he would blow dragon's fire all over him.
Which is good because this Orog turns around with a look of surprise, and then another Orog pokes his head over his shoulder with a look of surprise, and he's kind of like holding a box.
Shit, where's my dragon's blood at? Or dragon fire? There it goes.
They have to do a save, right? Dexterity save. Okay, he succeeded the dexterity save, so he's only gonna take 12 points. He's only gonna take 6 points of damage and not be frozen in place for the first guy. The second guy takes a full 12 points of damage and is frozen in place, which is good. I'm gonna move us over to here because this is like our building diagram. Because this, the one who is damaged, is the one who is now frozen in place.
Very nice.
This guy takes 6 points. This guy takes 12 points and is an inch away from death. The Orog you just hit is going to swing back against you, and then that's going to be the end of the 6th turn in this minute.
Lordy, what?
Wow.
Oh, shit. I didn't have rage damage on when I did that roll. Oh, well, whatever.
Okay, yeah, you actually do apply rage damage to fire, so can you roll that? Because that's going to be important.
The D5 or D6 again?
No, your rage damage is... Rage damage is just a straight 2. Yeah. So, this guy who took half damage is going to take 1 point more damage. The guy who took full damage is going to take 2 points more damage, which puts him at 2 health. So, Mr. Sabek, I'm glad you're doing okay on health, because you just took 21 plus 15 points of damage. That's 36 points of damage.
I still got 20 left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beefy.
Oh, actually, no. Don't let me get away with that shit. You're a barbarian who is raging.
True.
Which means
I had some,
you have... I know you take half damage from physical attacks. I don't know where it says that, but I know that barbarians just straight up take half damage from physical attacks while they're raging. Rage? Is this it? Yep, here we go. Just basic rage definition up at the very top. Okay. So, you are only going to take half of 36 points of damage, so you take 18 points of damage.
Minus 18 in the red circle, correct?
Yep. Or you can subtract from your 56.
I just did the minus 18.
Okay. So top of the next turn, what does everyone do?
Hogarth's gonna work on getting a potion out, start taking a potion. Does he see where the activity is going on? Does he see any orcs
You're
from
on
where
the ground, and this is happening like a building over. I guess you do see Sabek fighting somebody, but it's happening pretty far away.
All right, here's what I want to do. Take a potion. I need to start healing up. I'm going to try and stealthily hop over a fence, scoot across the road, get behind a house, and I want to try and snipe from behind the house. Just pop out, shoot an arrow, pop back into hide. But let's start with taking a potion. Let me try and heal up some. What do I need to do for healing?
Oh, it's just you have the fancy potions. Damn it. Give me a second. I gotta check your bio. I think you wrote it down in there. It's 1d6 plus 1 per dose. You can drink up to 3 doses per turn. So it's your call how many of those you do.
Well, let me start with 2.
2d6 plus 2 then.
Okay. Like that?
/R before it.
Do I need a space or something?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. 9 points.
All right.
So
So,
that's
I'm
your
going to take
first
that
turn.
9 points. And all right. So when I have a chance, I'm going to start
So-
moving over there to attack.
The thing is, you move at half speed when you're stealthed, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And you need to make it 60 feet to get to that building. So it's going to be 4 turns before you can get there. And then it's just going to be the start of the next turn. So
Okay.
I will say you get over there and you can take, a few more turns of potions if you want along the way.
Okay. So let me just say, looking at that, well, I don't know where everyone's at now, but yeah, that's kind of where I want to be.
This is the
behind
building that everyone
building.
is in. So if you wanted to be
Right.
behind a building to snipe at it, that's about
Where
where you want to be.
are there any orcs out? Are they orcs or goblins?
They
Yes,
are
they're orcs.
Orogs, which are like Urukai. They're like
Alright.
super orcs.
Are there
However,
any
Dad,
that I
you're
can
not going
see
to
in
be
the
there
open?
until like the way end of the turn. So probably
Okay.
these guys are all going to be dead by the time you get there.
All right. Well, let me do another potion then
Okay.
while
You do some potions. People in the house. It's the start of a fresh turn. There's some screams downstairs that's like, oh, what is this stuff? I can't move. My legs are stuck.
My God, we
Wait,
need more of this.
just like
These
that?
voices are fantastic.
Are these Orokai Southern?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
all
that makes me want
Orokai
to
are
kill them
southern.
even more.
So Zai,
Rebs.
I think that the one who's in good health is going to take a sidestep and try to get a swing at you. And this is just your traditional like Dark Souls style. When you're fighting somebody, you're kind of like circling around them and trying to reposition. So he's circling around you, trying to get a good angle as he takes some swings at you. And then while he's doing that, the guy who's currently stuck in place is going to pick up a box next to him and try to throw it at you. So we're going to say it has the stats of a javelin, but this is canonically just a crate.
The box. Wrong box.
That is a really strong box.
Yeah.
The mightiest box. that
How
has ever
hard did he
boxed.
throw it?
Get into this box throwing game.
I thought the dude was covered in slag.
2
He's
health.
covered in slag.
Man, he's like, I'm gonna die doing something cool.
By the
Apparently
way,
there's some
you
slag
only
on the
take half of
box,
that
too.
damage. So that's actually only 5 points of damage for you.
Okay.
Keep in mind the damage you took before, because I don't think I see it updated on your character sheet, Sabek. So far you've
Interesting.
taken.
It was minus 18, so minus 5 is minus 23.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it now. I didn't see it before. Okay. And
It
now,
was removed somehow.
do you want to get an attack before the other orc goes against you?
I mean, which did the box flying towards me and the dude trying to sidestep me occur at the exact same time?
The dude sidestepping you made a path for the guy in the doorway to throw a box at you.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go ahead
WWGD.
and do this guy's attack.
What would Guts do? swing his great sword in a wide arc, hopefully connecting with both the box and the orc next to him.
If you get a crit on this, I will undo the damage from the box.
Please get a crit.
My great sword, right?
Yeah. Hey, you have 16 AC, so his first attack hit as well. So, ooh. Oh, by the way, are you doing reckless defense?
Let me look at my character sheet real quick.
That means you have advantage on all attacks, but you have disadvantage against all attacks.
I wasn't doing reckless assault or anything. I didn't call that out earlier because I wasn't trying to do that. I did that against the orcs.
I assume that you're always doing it because since your character takes half damage, it just kind of makes sense.
Okay.
So in that case, your attack would hit, but also you got hit by both of them. So you take half of that damage. So you only take 15 points of damage from his 2 great axe swings, and then you hit him with your first swing. Go ahead and do a second swing as well. All right, both of those hit.
Roll damage.
Ooh, that's some crunchy numbers. That is 29 points of damage. All right, so he's not
I think Sabek would be laughing while this was occurring.
All right. Wex, Vanitas, and Wex's new sludge monster. What do you guys do?
Yo, Birdman, let's go investigate downstairs.
Sounds like a terrible idea, but I'm in.
It's cool. I'm sending the Spectre first. Slugma, go.
Okay, Slugma goes downstairs.
Slugma.
I have to check because I legitimately don't know if this thing can talk to you.
I mean, it says it could follow any of my basic commands.
But I don't know if he could report back to you.
Oh, I would like for him to report back to me. That would be cool. Also, I want to hear you do the slug monster.
I don't think it can talk. But what it can do...
It can attack, can it?
It can attack. So it is going to... When I say sludge monster, I'm really talking just ghost monster... Ghostbusters. I'm totally imagining this thing as like a Slimer.
Okay. Yes.
So he Slimers his way downstairs, and then he is going to Slimer his way back upstairs, and oh boy, hold on. Damn. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, so he's going to sludge his way back upstairs, and then he does this motion where remember, he can't talk, so he kind of like holds up one hand, and then he holds up another hand, and then he moves his first hand next to the other hand, and kind of wiggles them back and forth like they're fighting, and then he reaches over to his first hand and kind of like grabs it by the stump and shakes it around like it can't move. And really all this is that this Slimer is just waving its arms around at you.
So wait, I know I have comprehend languages. Does that extend to me if I touch the monster?
Is that constant? Because I think that's a spell.
Yeah, that is straight up a spell.
You would have to
I have to lay hands on it.
You would have to use one of your 2 spells.
Damn. All right, no. I'm just gonna nod my head as if I understood anything that it said, and I'm gonna go, Bird person, I'm pretty sure there's an altercation happening downstairs. We should go investigate ourselves.
Is that what he just told you?
I'm nodding my head. No, but I'm saying yes. Yes, absolutely.
I'm in.
All right, cool. We're going downstairs.
All right, Did I heal at all?
No.
No, neither of us did. So we're just going downstairs for fun.
You guys can heal if you want. It's your
I
turn.
don't want to heal. I'm angry.
Oh God. Okay.
Where's Slimer?
We're both balls deep. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, we're going downstairs with the Slimer. With Slugma.
I love it. It's so good.
Is this
Okay.
dude with his back still to us?
Yeah, you see this dude with his back to you. He has a frightening sight of like molten iron encasing him to the floor, and also just a like as if somebody had just splashed a beam of molten iron all the way up the wall. And so there's a line of molten iron encasing the floor, encasing the pillar behind him, encasing the bookshelf. Half of those books are just ruined. And this is eerily familiar because you saw this not too long ago. And
Still
this guy
cackling
who's
outside,
frozen
by the
is
way.
currently like bent, like he can't move his lower half, so he's trying to, with just his upper half, bend over and reach this box that's just out of reach. He's like, "Oh, come on, man, I need this box." And he's just starting to get it in hand as you find him. It's still
And
your
as
guys'
well,
turn.
Sabek
You still
is
haven't
laughing
done
his
it.
ass off outside.
I would like to command Slugma to use an attack.
Okay.
I don't have a hat on, but I'm gonna take my imaginary hat and switch it to the back, like I'm wearing the cat backwards, and I'm gonna say, "Slugma, go! You sludge bomb!"
Okay. So I think his only attack is life drain.
Okay, cool. He can do that.
Okay. So he's going to reach up to this guy. He's not in sunlight, so he doesn't have disadvantage. Target must succeed on a thing, or a thing happens. I'm pretty sure this guy's fucked. I think this guy... Actually, he succeeds on that. I think the attack and damage happens either way. If he only takes the maximum HP penalty if he fails his save. So
Okay.
So he this thing grabs him from behind. He's like, "Oh no, what's happening to me?" And then he's like, "Oh no, I can feel my life slowly draining away from me." And then he just falls onto the ground as a pile of ash and bones.
Is the Slimer happy that it did this?
The Slimer appears to be doing like when a Pokemon has just won a battle. He's kind of like bouncing back and forth. Like he's very happy with himself.
Good job, Slugma.
Okay, this guy totally has to be renamed to Slugma. It's so good. All right, and with
What's
that,
his-
unless Vanitas wants to do something, it's actually Wex hasn't done anything either. You two both can do something on your turn.
Yeah, I'm straight chugging a potion.
Is this Orog out of the house? This one right here?
Or is it blocking?
Yes.
Are we blocked by the one that just died?
It's difficult terrain. You would have to climb over his bones and dust and iron.
Okay.
Can I see this one?
Yes.
I'm throwing a knife at it.
Okay, it is circling around Sabek.
Oh,
Locked in
you're living a
combat.
dangerous life.
I'm totally throwing a knife at him.
Okay,
Gosh,
do it. Fuck yeah.
I'm so sorry in advance, Sabek.
That
All good.
hits. Okay.
Ha! I killed it.
Actually, knives are monk weapons, so you can throw as many as you could do a attack. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, then I'm throwing another one.
Let me confirm. Martial arts. If you are unarmed or wielding only monk weapons, yep, it doesn't specify melee monk weapons. So, kunai or monk weapons, you can throw kunai.
All right. I'm throwing two.
Two. You can do a third as a
bonus?
action.
Damn.
All right.
All right.
Dead?
So this
I did 6 damage, and if is this accurate? Did this guy have 6 health, or is that 6 not right?
That is true. I want to say that you throw 3 like bullet time, like almost instantaneously, and
just one hand with 3 kunai. I throw them.
Yeah, you throw them, and 2 of them bounce off of either side of his. Okay, so what happens? He's circling around Sabek, about to like take a swing, and then he hears from the side, "Oh no, I can feel my life draining away." And he turns over, he goes, "Oh no, Gary!" And as he turns to face you, he has faced you with his helmet. 3 kunai come fanning at him. 2 of them hit the left and right sides of his helmet and go flying off, and then 1 hits the middle of his helmet, which is to say his face. And then he just like sits still for like 4 seconds, and then just like a log like thumps on his face into the ground.
At this point, Sabek would laugh even harder because he's been laughing this whole time, kind of maniacally. Well done, Birdman.
It's so good.
The name of Varunga, and then just holds up the dragon's tongue.
Oh wow!
Fuck you, Sabek.
Okay.
Next time, don't throw knives near me.
Oh my gosh! Wait, before we end this turn, can I please quaff this potion?
Yeah, you haven't gone yet. You can
Yeah,
the potion.
I'm gonna do it. It's
Hot.
Is it 2d4 or 2d6?
It's 2d4 plus 4.
Okay, cool. That's much better.
Okay. All right. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking we've been playing for almost 2 hours. Surely a minute has passed in the game. But oh no.
That's not how combat works.
We are back to 3 minutes and 0 seconds, focusing on Lunar. Guys, I'm sorry, Dungeons & Dragons is ridiculous. I don't know another way to do a battle like this. I don't think that it's like breaking the tension of the battle. It's just like in like a movie where like the climactic final battle of the movie stretches out across like an hour, but actually the whole thing takes place in like 5 minutes, and it keeps every 10 minutes it cuts over the countdown timer, and it's like that timer said like 2 minutes left 10 minutes ago. Now it says 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball. It's the planet Namek is blowing up.
Yeah, Goku's yelling right now.
I think Goku is Sabek in this situation.
Oh my gosh.
I think Sabek's more of a Vegeta. Sabek's more of a Vegeta. Let's be real.
Definitely more of a Vegeta.
Yeah.
In personality, absolutely.
Vanitas. I think Vanitas is the person in the party with the personality of Goku. And I'm sorry, Cody, I did just call your character a dumbass.
I mean,
wait, is he Goku like canon Goku, or is he just Goku from
Kakarot?
It's Kakarot. No, I meant like, so he's like Team 4-Star Goku.
I don't know. I haven't watched that much Dragon Ball. Okay,
Also, I feel really bad for Lenara, just over there all alone.
I know.
Oh yeah, this is.
She's not alone.
necessary.
She has her giant raven.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm like, I thought that was another enemy.
Hey guys, I'm gonna delete these two little map things. They're cool. I have more of them available for whenever they are needed, but I need to make some space.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So hey Lunara, you are you were scouting out this area. You saw these enemies. You are currently, I believe, hunkered inside of this building, which has like 3 walls, and you are like just kind of standing in the like open section of it, scouting out as these orcs all around you are converging further into the city. None of them are aware of you, and both you and your raven have the element of surprise. You have 1 minute, which is 10 turns. What do you do? Do we have an ace?
You not here? She was just
I
responding.
cannot
Hold on.
hear
She
her.
might be.
Hello?
Hello,
There you
we can hear
are.
you.
I had a double mute going on. Anyways.
Have you been talking to us this whole time?
No, I have not.
Oh,
I've
thank
just been
Jesus.
no, I've been like headcanoning that like my actual stealth is as good as my character's stealth. I'm just like, nobody knows I'm here. No, not the orcs, not my party. This is great.
I'm
Just
just
realized she was in the room.
Okay. So what's Lunara's strat?
You said they're heading towards town. Are they like converging at all, or are they staying like spread out like they are?
They are staying spread out. It's I never know how much of this stuff I should leave as like subtext, but I'll leave this to the more nuanced DMs to try to like convey this stuff through subtext. You get the impression that these guys are like a brute squad who are trying to like suppress the townspeople and keep them scared and like hidden in their home. They don't seem to have a very clear, definitive goal in the town itself. They don't seem like they're heading for one particular building or like they're trying to slaughter people or anything like that.
Ask a question.
Yes.
What is T3? Is it like a farming area or like what
It's
is
not
it?
a
What's
farm.
in
About to
there?
get lit up.
What's in there?
Let me answer T3 for you because that could be significant. Tribor. I'm going to answer for both T3 and T2.
Exactly. I was already thinking that.
Okay.
Great minds.
T2 is named North Caravan Campground, and T3 is named West Caravan Campground. T3 is a 30-foot deep stone well in the middle of the yard provides fresh water for guests. Otherwise, it's a campground. Like, it's a big open space, and there's some, like, caravans camped out in there. The people seem to have all, like, bundled to... Like, the people have all left their caravans and are retreating to the east along with Shelvis Martolio.
Considering this one right here, the one closest to me is pinned between those two buildings.
Yeah.
Could I have enough of, like, would him being stuck between those buildings give my explosive arrow a good effect, or should I was I mean, sorry about these houses, but I got a town to pretend I'm saving since I robbed it.
I love
and
it.
so-
I love it. Here's what I'm gonna say. If you use an explosive arrow, there's no way that, like, they won't know where you are, but they will know that something's going on. Other than that, I love it. I want to say I will give you advantage on the attack if you do that. And remember that you and your bird share actions. So you can attack twice, your bird can attack twice, or you can each attack once. But if your bird does not attack on its turn, then it can either dodge, disengage, or help an ally, which gives advantage to somebody to do something.
I think I want to shoot that explosive arrow, but I kind of want to keep the bird in help status because I feel like they're going to collapse in on me and nobody else is here.
Okay. Fuck yeah. So you're just keeping the bird in the building with you?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So are you... I'm not going to get us a full map of the building just yet. If this turns into a full fight, I'll get us a building map. Let's say you've got some windows on this building that you could utilize. It's also a 2-story building, but most of the roof and all of one wall has been caved in by this giant boulder. Are you, like, hanging out of a window, like popping up, shooting an explosive arrow, and then popping back down?
And then popping back, yeah.
Okay, do that. I know you have multi-attack. Do you want to do one explosive arrow and one regular arrow?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going to have Gloomstalker, which gives you a 3rd attack.
Okay, so then I guess I'll just do 2 regular arrows after that explosive one. I added the explosive arrows to my sheet, but I don't know if they're like special. I can't click them or anything like that. So
no, sorry, I'm poking around on your character sheet. Let me see if I wrote down how they work, or
I think I have something in my notes actually. One sec.
Okay. So they do 1d6 extra damage, I'm pretty sure, to the target as well as everyone around the target. Who would like have to make a save in order to avoid it. But since you're using this as like a concussive thing, plus 2d6. My bad. Yes, so you're just gonna have advantage on the attack and the 2d6 extra damage.
Okay, so I can just do the regular longbow for that then?
Here's what we can do. Hold on. Global damage modifier, core, zoom out a little bit, and we're going to call this okay. Hold on. And this is going to be 2d6. So if this fire/explosive arrow thing is checked, you will do an extra 2d6 damage. If it is not, you will do regular damage. Sound good?
Okay, so check it for the first one and then uncheck it and do it 2 more.
Yes. Also, do you do 1d8 extra damage on your first turn if any of them hit? Right. So, 3 shots, 1 of them is explosive, and if any of them hit, then it does 1d8 extra damage.
All right. So, oh, 1 sec. Oh, I was clicking the wrong thing. My bad.
Oh shit! Hey, we said you're going to have advantage. I'm trying to think of a way that I can get at least one more of those to hit for you. So the first attack is going to be the one that has advantage from explosives, but your bird is on standby to give you advantage on an attack. Do you want to say that he, like, just before you did this, he, like, flew out and was, like, flying around this thing's head, distracting it before you did your shots?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what happens. You're in this building. You see this guy on a giant bird animal walking down the street. You send your bird out. He starts circling around his head. And then in, like, a matter of, like, 3 seconds, you pop up. You shoot one arrow out. It hits him on the side, explodes. The concussive energy is going to wrap back around and hit him, and it's going to be awesome. Your bird is out of the way by the time this happens. And then 2 more arrows let out. One of them hits... one of them is going to hit the... one of them is going to find its way into his armor, and the other, it's just going to bounce off of the wall behind him. So, make sure flame/explosive arrow is checked. Oh,
I had
boy.
it checked for the first one, and then I unchecked it for the second 2 I rolled.
I think it depends on whether or not it's checked when you click on the name Longbow to roll damage.
Oh, okay. So do it again, like this?
Yeah.
It's checked.
Well, no. I mean, click to roll damage. Like.
Oh, my bad. There you go.
All right, now uncheck it and do one more, and then roll your ambush attack damage. This is... I have this sloppily arranged on your character sheet, but I'll figure it out later.
Oh, you meant just click it again like that, like the piercing.
Yep.
My bad. There you go.
All right, and then... Okay. So, that is a total of 18 plus 5 plus 8.
$31?
No, it's gotta be it's gotta have a 3 as its last digit. Oh, fuck. No, maybe it doesn't. Plus. Minus 18. Enter. Minus 5. Enter. Minus 8. Enter. Okay, you have successfully ducked back into hiding. This guy is going to... Start of the second turn, this guy is... Or I guess not the second turn. This is going to be like 30 seconds or something in by the time this happens. This guy is looking around for you for just a second. As soon as he doesn't see you, he knows it's a bad idea to stay here, so he's gonna wheel his bird around and start running out the other direction while blasting his horn. And so some of these other guys are going to start circling back in towards him. However,
Oh, good.
nobody knows where you are yet, and both you and your bird are currently hunkered up in the building. What do you do?
I don't know. I feel like this would be another great explosive arrow moment.
Fucking do it!
It could
Oh,
be.
yeah. I mean, they're all
Roll gay
together.
asses up.
Let's do it.
English city.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna say, do you want to wait for the ideal moment? So, because right now they're kind of all around town and like slowly converging. They're not
Yeah, I want to
necessarily
wait
within
for them
explosive.
to like sync up.
Okay.
I want to see if they like meander around and sit there and try to talk about what they're gonna do next, and then I'm just gonna like stick it right in the.
I think that's what happens. At least the first few of them, get together and they're talking, and they are going to start making their way back into this alley, but like with their shields raised and like on the alert, weapons drawn, ready to fight as needed. And then you just blow them up. So
Yes.
let's get that.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Just one explosive arrow?
Ash is thinking.
Okay.
Just
How much
remember,
you got?
we're gonna get a hefty reward from doing this, defending the town thing most likely.
But
I
also
mean, we've already
remember
taken a hefty
that-
price from this town.
Remember that explosive arrows don't grow on trees, and you don't know when the next time you're gonna find that merchant is.
Yeah. Can I use one explosive and then one flaming? That way I've got 3 explosive and 4 flames left.
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
Your first explosive is going at the guy that you like centered on the guy you hit before. Are you focusing your second attack on him too?
Yes. And
Okay,
try and take them
and-
out if I can.
Same strategy as last time. The bird is flying around, creating a distraction, so you have advantage.
Yes.
Okay. Your bird is out here. He's flip-flopping. Okay. All right.
Such a good little nugget.
So give me 2 longbow attacks, and I'm gonna change the way I'm doing your character sheet, because I don't think that the global modifier thing makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna add it as just an extra damage for you.
Okay.
And magic bow was for if Ciara is enchanting you, and that's probably not going to come into play again anytime soon. So we'll just modify that instead.
Okay.
Is going to be plus. Okay, so 2 regular longbow attacks. The first one did not. Wait, you have advantage. The first one hit, and then you ran out of advantage, so the second one missed. So
Okay.
your flame arrow is going to. Here's what happens: you shoot your explosive arrow. Hits him right squarely in the chest and then explodes and is actually going to send him flying off of his mount. And then the second arrow was aimed very well, but the explosion from the first one is going to create like a big gust and knock it off course.
Can I point out the boulder is in the turn order?
Yeah.
You
I just
have the boulder in the turn order. I just thought it was funny.
Just in the
Yeah.
B.
I'll figure out turn order. Oh God. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. Okay, so they both hit. Get me or no, only the first one hit. Gets me that longbow damage and then that flaming mod. Those guys failed to avoid the explosion, so they are also going to take 6 damage each. So. Okay. Copy. And this guy takes enough damage to kill him. So he croaks after that explosion. And because it's an explosion that killed him, it means there is gibbets that fly everywhere.
Yes.
Gibbets.
And so the other 2 nearby are going to say, Holy shit, what just happened? And they are going to once again run off, and they are not going to what are they gonna do? Okay. I don't think they're gonna run off. Because I think they knew something was up because they heard the explosion before. And instead, can you make a stealth roll for me?
Sure.
Ooh, I think you're gonna succeed. Yes, your 21 is going against their 5. So they
You
do
would've
not
had to
know
get-
where you are.
Lower than a 2 to fail.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
They don't know where you are, but they know that the arrow came from somewhere in this area. So, in a second, these other guys are going to show up, and they're just all collectively going to start, like, exploring the area, and they're going to have their guard up, and they're just trying to find you. So I'm going to say if you go out to shoot again, because they are looking for you and they're looking for you in this area, they will instantly see you and all know your location. If you spend your time focusing on dodging and or like moving and staying hidden and like getting back under cover, then I will say in a bit you'll be able to do another shot without giving away your location.
Yeah, I think for now I just want to like play it cool, kind of see if they'll forget about me, like stupid Resident Evil zombies or something.
Like Metal Gear Solid enemies where like you walk out, like shoot one of them in the head and then go sit in a locker and wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And they're just like, oh, well, I guess it was nothing.
Video game enemies are the worst.
It makes me think of Skyrim's guards.
Yeah, same mechanics. At least when it happens in Metal Gear Solid, if they find a corpse, they'll like call for reinforcements. All right. Are you? What do you want your Raven to be doing in this time?
I
don't know if you have a telepathic link with him or if you can just understand him.
Could I maybe? They're looking for me. I was gonna see if I could send him towards everyone else. Like maybe someone could come over here.
I mean, I can fly.
I'm on my way to the tower.
I'll keep the Raven with me. I'm still very attached to it. I feel like if somebody hits it, I'm gonna like go Hulk.
Okay. You do remember that your Raven is effectively immortal, right?
I know.
I like that Lunara is invested in it. Just want to make sure the player, know.
Oh yeah, I know. It's my little nugget. I don't want anything to happen to it.
All right, then make another stealth roll for me, and after you wait a little bit. Here's what I'm gonna say, and I think this works well for everyone. Is I think you get like one more good opportunity for an attack, and then you have to go back into like guerrilla mode and like wait for another opportunity, and that's gonna be it for this minute, and then we'll see what happens with the rest of events.
Gotcha.
Okay, so why don't you
Yes.
give me I mean, 16 is still pretty good. They might be able to find you.
Oh shit! Dragon Prince season 2 is out.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Wait, like now or next week?
I just saw an article about it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, this is like 100% out of character, but I also think Vex would be interested in the Dragon Prince.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I often play season 1 just in the background because it helps.
Oh, I've only seen it once, but I'm very excited for season 2. I will watch
Dude,
that
it's
sometime this
confirmed.
weekend. Lunara, they do not successfully find you. They're not very good at this kind of thing. They're real good at smashing fences and not very good at finding guerrilla fighters. Pick one of them and get your 2 attacks off on him.
Is this guy that's like closest to me still in the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for him.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna do regular shots.
Mm-hmm. Okay, make sure to subtract those from your normal arrows as well, because you do have a...
Right.
Well, no, you'll just collect them after this fight. You're probably not going to use more than 20 arrows before you get a chance to retrieve them. Those both hit.
Hey. Do I have to roll the... For both?
Damage. All right. 8 and 8. Not bad. Okay. And after he gets 2 arrows in the breastplate, he's going to run into the building and be looking for you. But I'm imagining you're kind of like... It's bad. The place I went to was like in Jurassic Park, the little kids hiding from the raptors. You're kind of like hiding on the other sides of furniture and like slipping under a table as he walks by, and just like a master ninja, just staying perfectly out of sight the whole time.
So good.
So after like a minute of that, you're gonna get another chance to go at him. Actually, I think next turn you're gonna have a good opportunity to go at him. I know this is unprecedented in melee if you want. Your character does have melee weapons.
Oh man.
I know. Très exotique.
Oh, I have a dagger. Oh, and he can't see me. Oh.
Slit his throat.
I'm going to
Acquaintance.
Okay, so
execute him.
as all of this has been happening, the one other event that's happening is these 2 fire giants are just smashing their way across the field, like, unimpeded. These guys are, like, 18 feet tall. Everywhere they step, they leave smoldering, like, craters in their wake. And, as they enter town, they have these 2 packs of flaming wolves that are following them, and they're each kind of like sticking these packs of flaming wolves onto buildings in the area, and they are just like running around and starting fires in these buildings and generally causing some chaos. So that's going to be the case at the start of next turn. And then let's spread these guys around. So
Starting to get a little tired. Thinking I might peace out after the next turn, or after this turn is over.
okay. Let me check my notes, because you guys have finished most of the fighting other than the giants themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured that would be the next big push.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the giants are clearly moving intentionally in one direction. And they are now, like, in your territory. Like, they can see you guys. Those of you who are out in public. Are any of you? No.
I think Wex and I are on the map in public, but we should still be in that building.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should still
you are.
be in C.
I think I'm outside.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. But okay, they probably don't see you just because they're especially not looking. All right. So there's some chaos going on. That's going to be their turn. We're going to get to the start of minute 4, and I want to know what you guys want to see the events taking place, how you want to see things, because I think it might make sense to start with the Giants, even though we ended with the Giants last time.
I think it makes more sense to start with the Firewolves actually, because they are closer to a lot of people, and they're kind of all over the place.
That's true. So the Firewolves are not... Okay. The only place that is going to be very directly relevant with them is that they have reached the building you guys are in and run up the side of it, or not like run up, like they slam up against it and start licking it, and it starts this like big fire on the side of the building that has caught the wood itself, and that starts to spread, and then they just like run off and try to find another building. They're not hunting you guys down. They're not really paying attention to other people, and they're not really seeking out fights.
Have we tried telling them they're good boys?
The goodest.
So
Well, I mean, in that case, then I guess the Giants do make sense as the next move.
Okay.
Hogard is next to this building looking for someone to snipe. So if I have an opportunity to shoot at one of them, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, then that's gonna start a fight because they will defend themselves. In the first half minute, they begin. Okay, so the Giants are going to travel through town and just stomp straight over these fences. And they're clearly following like some kind of like beacon towards something, and as they end up in T2, which we mentioned earlier is this like caravan campground with a few like wagons in it and stuff, they one of them like looks up and kind of like spins around with this dowsing rod that he's holding, and like nods to the other, and they're just gonna like absentmindedly like kick a couple caravans out of the way, and one of them while one of them is directing, the other one takes his great big like wedge-tipped greatsword and starts slamming it into the ground like a shovel and throwing up like boulders of dirt as he's just digging into the ground in T2, and that's all they do. Which party do we want to go over next? The Orogs are still searching around town and like causing chaos and distractions. So I think we really have to go by group. So all right. Does any player have something in mind for their goals this turn?
I want to try and take out one of those fire wolves. The one that's by T6.
Okay. So we will circle back to that because that's combat. But I will make a note that you are attacking a fire wolf, and that combat will happen. You can probably pretty easily like do the same thing Lunara is doing, where you go guerrilla warfare and fight this thing without getting caught, especially if Gimble's backing you up. But I want to know what the other players have in mind.
Can I cast darkness on one of the giant swords?
Yes, you can. It's going to take a key point. It will distract them. I'm curious, does anybody... Is anybody curious what the Giants' goals are?
Yes.
I'm guessing they're digging for something. But that's
I'm also
only...
curious.
Wex has got a whole backstory with looking for the giants for one reason or another.
I thought he was looking for
Yeah.
a horn.
I'm looking for a horn, but I was actually going to say I'm very interested in that dowsing rod. And is there anything that I can discern about it from looking at it, or do I know anything about it?
It is a wand, but it is a giant-sized wand.
It's a giant's wand.
And it is his giant wand. And he's following it to his heart's intent, which is it's like a compass. Like, it is pointing towards something, and whatever it's pointing towards is in the ground in T2.
Like, so Vanitas is kind of like under the impression they're looking for something similar to whatever the stone was Nightstone was the name of the town, correct?
Yes.
So
good memory.
that's his thought. So he's more concerned about like distracting the giant, trying to stop them from getting whatever they get long enough for us to make a plan.
Okay. Because, I mean, I'm not, but if Ciara is there, I think she would ask, like, well, why don't we just let them get it and leave?
That's what. Well, I'm thinking let them get it, then maybe take it from them.
Well, I was thinking, I had questions about the anti-gravity sphere that I have.
Okay.
Because depending on how it functions, I mean, I'm reading about it, and all we have written down is a small fist-sized glass ball with a silvery smoke. When the sphere is destroyed, it disables the effect of gravity on everything in a 30-foot radius. So,
true.
How many explosive arrows do you have, Lunara? Because what would the effect of firing or throwing the anti-gravity ball, letting it explode, and Lunara firing an explosive arrow at the dragon's feet?
The
They have
giant.
nothing tying them to the ground at this point.
I mean, they would fly 30 feet up in the air, and then
gravity would reassert itself, but they would have the momentum that they established in their zero gravity space.
I mean,
So they would
that's
kind of
my
just like
idea for
anime
whenever,
away. Yeah.
that's my idea for whenever we start to engage the giants. I don't know where everybody wants that to come in, but I think
See?
that would be a pretty nice wombo combo.
and while we're talking about this, they're confused because one of their swords just started glowing shadow.
Okay.
Also, do these giants speak in a southern accent? Are all
Almost certainly, yes.
giants and orcs and Uruk-hai southern?
Yes.
Okay.
Are they talking at all?
They are talking amongst themselves in Jotun.
I
think
understand,
Vanitas-
Jotun.
Yeah, he does. Do a perception check for me, and I'll tell you what they're saying.
Where is perception? I always have such a hard time. There it is. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Vanitas hears it all.
So, the key words that you're picking up is, they're looking for, there's clearly an object that they're looking for. It's in this area. They just want to get it and get home and be done with this messy work. They're just so sick of having to work with these orcs and stuff. And the one who's, digging is complaining about having to do menial labor. And the important thing you're going to pick up is that they are looking for something called the Vindendad, which is at first you think that it might be like a standard noun that you just don't know in their language, but their use of it implies that it is a proper noun. They need to find the Vindendad, and it's important, and it's like important enough to justify getting their hands dirty and stuff. And also, they mention Count Zalto, I think, is a thing. They don't want to like anger him.
I'm relaying all of
Salto.
this information so the party can decide whatever they may.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also looking at the size of their HP pool and how much we've gone through healing potions, and we might not be in a good position to fight.
We don't have to fight them though. We just need to distract them and get the thing.
Well, they're going to chase us if we distract them and get the thing.
Well,
That's why I
in
was
my
saying
next-
that we need to
That's
do
why-
something.
That's why we all need chocobos.
My next thing I'm worried about is they're giants. And the thing they're talking about sounds like a giant thing. Like it's something that is from the giant race.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we might not be able to lift it.
Mm-hmm.
Because giants...
You guys could always wait and just observe and see what happens.
I don't know. I think that's a bad idea. I think the best defense is a strong offense, and that we need to do devastating attacks, like right off the cuff on these guys to get any kind of edge on them.
How are we gonna contact Lunara though? Like I like your plan, but like
Well,
thematically,
we've got Vanitas who can fly, and we've got Lunara's bird who's already like trying to help her out.
Can I send
Flying around.
Slugma? I mean, can she talk to
That
Slugma?
thing is very slow in daylight. It's not going to reach her
Oh.
anytime soon.
Okay, then yeah, Vanitas would have to go. Birdman.
Perfect.
Oh, you gotta go find Lunara.
Are there any buildings within 60 feet of us that are out of the sight of giants that I can see into?
T8.
I don't know if T8's within 60 feet. That might be a bit of a stretch.
There's out of sight of the giants? I mean,
Well, I mean, just any
those giants are gonna
buildings,
see everything.
any buildings I can see into. Because I'm assuming the
I guess
buildings.
this one?
But how about this
The one
one?
Hogard is standing in front of, the giants can see it, but you'd be able to see into some windows.
Oh, okay. Because the way I was thinking was, I'm just gonna. Because I'm assuming they're all dim lighting inside the buildings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna fucking teleport through buildings, man.
Okay. Okay.
Because I can do,
That is a thing you can do.
and it doesn't
That's
spend a
within
key
60
point.
feet. That's within 60 feet. That's within 60 feet. That's within 60 feet.
This is gonna be the coolest looking sprint ever.
This area to the south side of town is where you're gonna have trouble. Between
I mean-
T4 and T5.
That's far enough to where I can just like dive out a window and like catch the wind and fucking like.
Do you guys want to abbreviate the next, like, we can go over the span of like 2 minutes with like Vanitas traveling over, finding Lunara like doing self-defense kind of fighting to get out of the area, and then coming back, and in the meantime see what the giants have done during that time.
And Vanitas is totally gonna have to chug health potions because
Correct.
he's like. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to take all 3 of my health potions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna make those rolls roll. Where did that token? Actually. Oh no! What did I just do? Oh no! I hit a button and it didn't do what I wanted. So it was 2d4 plus 2.
Yes, 4. 2d4 plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay. 7. 12.
Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to do this is that doesn't draw out the uninteresting part of this fight. So do you guys want to do a time skip for a couple minutes while Vanitas gets Lunara and you regroup, and in that time, you guys come up with a plan and like lay down some preparation, and then I guess we can start next game with like actually fighting the giants. Or if you guys want, if that's not something that's terribly interesting to you, we can abstract and abbreviate the conflict with the giants itself into more narrative structure and get that done tonight, and start next game with, you know, the next things that happen.
I mean, I'm with Sabek. I would also like to fight the giants,
Yeah.
and I'd rather wait to do that next game.
Okay, and have a proper
but-
battle.
Yeah, I think we should have a proper battle, but in the meantime, we should be formulating a plan. Like if in fiction we're watching Vanitas just like Naruto teleport through all these houses,
Yeah.
like myself and Sebek would probably be going over like strategy on how we're going to fight these things until Lenara gets back.
I've got something. Add handout. Giant battle strat. And in players' journals, all players, and can be edited by all players. If everybody goes to the journals page, or I guess I can do show players, I have given you guys a document where you guys can write down your battle strategy. I don't know if this is the best way to do this, but yeah, let's. Do you want to spend? So we've got 17 minutes before 10 o'clock. Do you want to spend that time? So first of all, I need to cover this. Lunara, Aeneas, you do meet up with Vanitas. You hear about what's going on. You go with him?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to say he, with his Birdman powers, assists you and gets you guys over here. Do you guys want to be working out of this on fire, like, tiny building that you were fighting in, or do you guys want to operate out of something more like T6 that gives you guys some room?
Hogard would like to try and keep the whole town from being burnt down. I'm thinking maybe get a bucket of water and throw it on one of the fire wolves to see if that has any effect.
That's gonna, I mean, that is a very good thing to be approaching. That is going to be very, like, tangential and is not going to affect the fire giant fight. So I think I might do that entire, like, Hogard trying to keep the town from catching on fire conflict just at the beginning of next game separately. All right, so real quick, give me the short version of what next game is going to look like. What do you guys have in mind?
Tell me where the sheet is that you said you want us to fill out. I don't see that on my computer.
It's called Giant Battle Strat. If you go to the journal tab in on the right side, it should be in your journals up at the top. That's just a place for us to compile notes. And I can go in there and compile notes in there too, just before next game if you want.
I've got bio and info tab, character sheet, and attributes and abilities. What am I
You're
missing?
looking at your character
you-
sheet.
Oh,
On the far right side of.
see. I
Yeah.
see. Okay. Yeah, it's popped up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Giant bat strategy. Okay.
So yeah, players, let me know what you intend to do next game, so that I can plan around this. Because I will go ahead and say, these are 18-foot tall fire giants, and if you want to run up to them and start hitting them with axes, you guys were struggling with fights against Orogs. In a punch versus punch fight, you're not going to beat fire giants.
Does
There's always the
Sabek going
option
full
of just,
dragon?
like-
I was going to say, does Sabek going full dragon make any difference?
I mean, it probably could. He's pretty badass when he's full dragon.
How much does that harm you long term, though, Zai?
It's fine.
My only thing is they have 162 health each.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Gosh.
Yeah.
You guys killed one giant who was, statistically similar to them last time by sicking a dragon against it for half of the fight. And I think that he got like one hit against you, and it sent Gimbal into like the other side of the cavern and like almost killed him in one hit.
I mean, I don't know. I think fighting these dragons right now, fighting these giants tonight is a bad idea.
Oh, no,
Tonight,
not
most
tonight.
definitely a bad idea.
We're not doing it tonight. I just want to know what the plan is so that I can prepare for next game.
So
I mean,
personally,
I like the
I will
idea
likely
of
be-
the gravity stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't know what our follow up is.
Yeah, that's a good start to the fight, but that's not gonna end it.
so if I can get to
Follow
the
up with
tower,
the explosive arrow, hopefully giving them momentum to shoot them up or shoot them away from the area a little bit. So they're not like right on top of Wex, Sabek, and Lunar and Vanitas.
If you
My
guys
only
want to
thing is
get
that-
away,
Man.
they're not paying attention to you. You could easily just like walk over to a different building.
No, the knock away is more to knock them away from their target and to get them away from us, so that when we start combat with them, they're not right on
Okay.
top of us.
Okay.
They'll have to come towards us a little bit at least.
Okay.
I mean, if there's people still in that camp area, though, they're kind of screwed.
Oh no, they're gone. So, do you
No,
guys
after
want
that,
to?
I will be taking the high dragon, the strong dragon blood. So there will be a dragon.
Okay. All right. So, is the strategy then that you guys get a strong opener to the battle, just lift them and toss them, and then your tanks close in and start punching while your ranged people shoot, and you just hope for the best?
yep.
I'm going to be doing lots of dragon fire, hopefully. Well, definitely strong dragon blood. So yeah.
I'm gonna try to get to the tower at T1 and just shoot as much as I can. I have one explosive arrow left and 15 light arrows.
Okay.
How do we handle death of a character, like a player character in this game?
I guess we'll find out.
It is never a good question to ask before a fight.
Well, typically, so some people do more like Game of Thrones style, like gritty D&D, where death is imminent at any given time, and if it happens, it happens, and you just roll a new character and fit them into the story. I find that it's more interesting to establish good characters and then let them develop over the course of a campaign, and death just ruins that most of the time. So usually I don't have death be a thing, and instead if you drop to 0 HP, you're just like unconscious, and maybe you get a scar, or maybe you get like some kind of worse thing that happens because of that, like maybe your character like loses an arm or something, and then if the entire party gets knocked out, then I mean I hope it doesn't happen because it's always like I don't think it has happened to me before other than once or twice. And if it does, then I just need to find a way for the party a way to justify that the party all goes unconscious and then eventually wakes up, which means they're taken captive or the enemy achieves their goal and leaves, or like they are rescued at the last moment or something like that.
One other thing, real quick. Can we enlist CR for the next fight?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't tip the scales too much in our favor, but also that gives us at least something else to pull from during this fight.
Enlist all of the ghosted players.
I think that's just the equivalent of like a summon.
I'll be right back. I gotta throw some food in the oven.
Okay.
So we have someone who can understand giant, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe we should try and negotiate with them.
I think your head is in a very good place, Hogarth.
I feel like that's the direction we're supposed to be going.
What's our negotiation tactic, though? Like, what leverage do we have over the Giants?
First, we have to see what they want, and then see what we have.
And I think that important step number one is establish what you guys want. Because if what you guys want is to get these guys out of town, then helping them to achieve their goal as quickly as possible might be the fastest way to do that. If your goal is to get vengeance on the people who have died, then killing them might do that. If your goal is to get the treasure, then letting them dig it up helps you get to it. And if your goal is get the most treasure, then maybe let them dig it up and discreetly follow them back to their home base and steal it from them. Then you can think about it from a macro perspective that isn't just, how do we kill them? It can also be why do we kill them?
Vanitas' point of view is not every battle fought is a battle won.
What does that mean?
It means if we fight these giants, we're probably gonna get slammed.
Oh, not every battle fought. I thought you said not every battle thought, and I was like, okay, so Vanitas' strategy is don't think. Okay, no. Okay.
Depending on how we handle, because I don't want to, wipe the party. Because
I will say, if
terrifying.
in character, the party wants to get into, a heroic,
I won't
in over
stop
their head
fight.
epic battle and then lose, that is a cool thing that happens. That's a thing that happens in anime and story all the time.
I just don't want
to see what
Vanitas to
happens
die.
from there. But I think that has to be a conscious decision from your characters.
If Vanitas isn't gonna die, I'm okay with it. But Vanitas Jr. doesn't want to have to come into the fray at any point in time.
I, as the DM, promise not to kill any of your characters without talking about it with you beforehand. But I will say, I think that this is a reasonable thing for your character to be thinking, and I think that the vast majority of people are sane and have a self-preservation instinct that makes them not want to do things that will kill them.
Yeah.
This is true.
It doesn't seem like the best idea.
It's not so much about the best idea, though. I think this ends up being like a opening to the Xenogears situation, where we kind of just want to protect this town and maybe the people in it.
Okay.
I don't know how invested everyone else is, but
So we're in a massive battle situation. There's enemies all around us. There's rocks flying down all around us. There's flaming dogs licking buildings and causing
Correct.
fires.
Yes.
Their flight reflex is being triggered, and there's not necessarily a whole lot of rational thought. It's either we run away or we fight.
Well, my
And
thing
as
is,
far as only choice is to fight. You're
Vanitas
surrounded.
Vanitas got a sky view of everything. So he knows there's these two giants, but he also knows there's still all of these other Orogs around that we haven't dealt with yet.
Actually,
Was
you've
our
dealt with
priority?
most of them.
So the was just I see things that are fighting things. I'm going to join the fray and I'm going to kill whatever I can kill. My battery's running low.
That is very good character rationale.
So, but I can see other characters' priorities being I want to save or I want to prioritize making sure people get away from these giants, which is why I asked, is this campground evacuated?
The campground is
So it sounds like
evacuated.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
like aside from the other pogs, it doesn't look like there's any characters.
Vanitas flew around and helped get a lot of the townspeople out.
Yeah.
Before
So
all the
did,
fighting really broke out.
Ciara and Gimbal.
So, like, a
And
good
Lunara
majority
helped
of the town
helped
is safe.
evacuate the west side of town.
And buildings can be repaired. Like, that's Vanitas' view.
I also like. I mean, hey, I like Sabek's like philosophy here and Zai's approach to Sabek as a character.
And exactly,
I think it's
and this
very
is
feasible that like Sabek is like, hey guys, I'm going to create an opening for you, and like you guys help get the rest of people out of town. I'm gonna go fuck up a giant, and then
like
Sabek like gets stumped, and we address that narratively speaking later.
I'm
Like
cool
that
with doing
could
the
be
fight.
an event
I just
without
I'm
the
worried.
whole party doing it.
Because I don't know, like, and it makes sense that like he's playing Sabek and Vanitas, he's a monk. He's not always gonna fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's just clashing opinions and ideals in the party.
So, from my read, I think Wex also has a reason to fight.
I think so too.
Gimbal may be more along with where Vanitas is, but or is greed and the idea of taking whatever the giants are looking for and also keeping all of the loot that she could get from this evacuated city as well.
Was that about Lunara?
Yeah.
I will say, I think that Lunara has very good self-preservation instincts. I think that is, like, she does have the greed. She also does not get in fights she can't win.
The only people whose motivations I'm not sure about in this fight would be Ciara and Gimbal. I'm sorry, Ciara and Hogard. Because Hogard is basically from another world, so he could potentially be like, forget these people. I don't know these people. And Ciara just seems good-natured, so I don't feel like she would just abandon this
Ciara is
village.
very good-natured, but her top priority is getting the people to safety. So in this situation, her like priority is let the giants do what they're doing because they're distracted, and while they're distracted, they're not hurting anyone, and then get, you know, all of the citizens out of town, and you know, maybe come back with an army, or if they then leave or something, you can like come back and rebuild. But I think she would have the philosophy that like protecting the people comes first, and fighting the giants does not protect the people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with taking some serious injury. Like, there's nothing that says.
I think that this is how we're.
Barbarian
I think this is what
Ranger,
we're looking
like
at.
a
I think there's
serious
going to be a party that fights the giants, and then a party that like gets the rest of the people to safety while they are, while that's happening, or else that is kind of like sitting in reserve to like help like help them get out if the situation goes south. It sounds like we are at least going to have like one group that is fighting and another group that is not fighting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, definitely.
worst comes to worst, if it's looking hairy, Vanitas will help you guys out in the. But he's gonna try to at least talk you out of it.
I mean, it makes sense that there is a difference in strategy here, simply because, I mean, I kind of taunted you with the tongue of your friend.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can totally understand if you're just like, nah, let him get hit.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I think the giant fight and the saving people stuff sounds like the very specific split of like our ideologies and like what we would want to accomplish going forward narratively.
And
I
you're
feel
allowed
like
to
the
do
giant
both.
fight. Oh no! I'm saying I love the idea of the fight because like the giant fight sounds like one of those boss fights where you're not supposed to win the fight,
Yeah.
but we're still supposed to do it because in fiction it helps move us forward. So
Yeah.
I would absolutely stay with Sabek and quite possibly Lenara and fight the giant.
I would definitely stay and fight.
Okay, so there's our fighting.
So we've got
That's all.
Gone!
Sabek, Wex, Gimbal. Is anybody else on team Fight the Giants?
And Slugma.
Yes.
I may join in on the fight once it starts, but I'm looking to try and do something with these wolves, trying to save the buildings from all being burnt down. So I may shift gears.
Do you feel like your character thinks it's more important to save like the town and the people, or would be more interested in the fight?
My character's a little overwhelmed with the giants, I think.
He is a dwarf.
The wolves are more manageable, so that's
Also,
like a manageable problem.
Important question. Is the goal with fighting the giants to kill the giants, or is there a different goal that you're fighting the giants to achieve?
Save the town.
So if fighting the giants, during that fight, you would do the fight in such a way that you minimize danger to the town and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's Gimble's perspective. To like save the town. In the moment, I feel like I have to kill the giants.
Okay. All right. And then put out fire. Minimize damage is Hogard. I am putting Ciara into the fight with you guys because she is a like defender and protector at heart, and because you guys want Ciara. But her priority in this fight is not killing the giants. Her priority is getting you guys out alive. So if one of you guys is knocked unconscious or something, she's going to focus on getting you away, before you die, rather than finishing the fight.
See, I feel like if Ciara's in the fight, Vanitas is going to be in the fight to help protect Ciara.
And are you kind of going to be on the same page as me as far as like
make sure shit doesn't go too south,
but trying to be on like the sidelines and make sure everyone gets out of it alive?
Yeah, like I said, if the fight breaks out, Vanitas is going to help. He just wants to at least try to talk people out of it.
Okay.
So
Ciara.
that doesn't seem like it's going to work because
All right,
Sebek
Okay,
Alrighty.
so Sabek,
I
Wex,
think I can hear now.
Gimbal, Ciara, and
Hello?
Vanitas, and
Yo.
Hogard are accounted for.
You guys
The
hear me?
only person I don't have
Yeah,
accounted for
we
is
can.
Lunara.
That's weird. I'm not even like signed into my computer.
Lunara said she'd be in the fighting team. She
Okay.
said it in
Yeah.
Discord chat.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I
So
have,
it looks like there's
I
gonna be a
have
fight.
This is what I have down so far. I will post it in chat.
Yeah, Ciara joining the fray especially tips the scales because Vanitas has been traveling with Ciara the longest, and she's like a little sister to him now.
Okay.
So
yeah.
he's in it for the long haul if that's the case. A really weird little sister, mind you. Like fucking
Oh yeah. She's
mouth
very
that
weird.
anaconda jaw with like fucking.
But she's also
Sasuke
just very
wings.
charming and just a very nice little girl. Okay. So with that, I think we are all good, and I will try to work with that and come up with a good script for next game that covers all that stuff and keeps it interesting.
Okay. And I mean, we can also. You said all of us can edit that document.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if I actively think about this games, fights, and strategies and stuff throughout the week. So if I think of anything, I'll just make little, like, bullets on strategies we could do in
Okay,
that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think we're all going to head out and go to sleep.
Alrighty. Well, I will catch you guys on the flip side.
All right. Good night, everyone. There were some
See
really
ya.
great fights in this one.
Yeah, this was super cool. Thank you guys for like just entertaining these ideas because that was a lot of fun.
That was great.
That was
I
really
enjoyed
good.
it.
It was an awesome fight.
I'm happy I got a springboard kick in.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right,
Good
guys. See you.
Night,
Good
guys.
night.
Right.